Welcome back to Turtle Girl. Today we're going to be talking about some Indigenous news that has brought me lots of joy. Let's talk about it. Alligator Alcatraz is getting shut down, and it's all thanks to the Mississauga, Florida tribe, and we are so in debt to them. Shout out to our Indigenous relatives of Florida. And also the environmental groups that have helped as well. But the Mississauga tribe, they really were on them about shutting down Alligator Alcatraz because they were coming and they were building this in their sacred sites. They were building this in their sacred area, and that was not okay. And they were not going to stand for it. Okay? They were not going to stand for it. Okay? It takes away rights that the Mississauga have to their land and to their area, that the U.S. government cannot just come in and take over. So they said, we are going to call you out. We are going to file the lawsuits. We are going to do what we need to do to get you off of our land. And it worked. A judge has said that they have 60 days to get the heck out of town and to leave and not build anymore on Alligator Alcatraz, to get all of the detainees that they have in there out of there and to beat it. And I am so proud of our Indigenous relatives in Florida, the Mississauga tribe, and other tribes who were a part of this. You all are rock stars. Now, this one brings me a whole lot of joy being Black and Indigenous. The Muscogee Creek Freedmen just won a very historic battle with the tribe where they are now members of the Muscogee Creek tribe. They were just awarded tribal citizenship after a 46-year battle, reaffirming the 1866 treaty. And I am so happy for the Freedmen, the Muscogee Creek Freedmen. As you know, there were many, many, many Black people who also became part of tribes during and after slavery. And a lot of them have ancestral ties to these tribes. But there have been tribes that have not wanted to let these, for all intents and purposes, Indigenous people, Black Indigenous people who are part of these tribes, become part of these tribes once again, even though they have had citizenships and dolls rolls where they have said that they are a part of these tribes. And a lot of different tribes are now putting them back on the rolls and saying that they now have citizenship. And it's beautiful to see, and it's amazing. And shout out to all of my Black and Indigenous people. This is a win for all of us, even those who maybe are not a part of the Freedmen. But this is just a win for Black and Indigenous people in general, because this is just, it's important. It's really, really important, saying that Black Indigenous people matter. We matter, and it's important that we are celebrated, and it's important that we can say, yes, I am a part of these tribes. My ancestors were a part of these tribes, and it matters. So shout out to the Muscogee Creek Freedmen on your beautiful win. And just like that, many, many tribes are winning historic battles for land back, and it's beautiful to watch. I just read that a California tribe, the San Gabriel Band of Mission Indians, just won a historic battle for land back, and it's beautiful to watch. There's been so many different tribes that have been gaining land back, and it's just incredible. The more tribes that win these land back suits and everything like that is beautiful. The land needs to be in its original land stewards, and it needs to be in our hands so that we can take the land into a prosperous time that it needs. So yes, to land back. Every time an Indigenous tribe wins land back, it is a beautiful thing, both in this country and worldwide. Now, this story happened earlier in the summer, but it's one of my favorite stories of the summer, and I was just so excited when I heard about it. As somebody who also does a lot of work around water, this really brought me joy, and I just have to talk about it. Young people from various tribes in Oregon did a really historic kayaking trip and canoeing trip and they went down the Klamath River in Oregon, one that was previously under a dam, but the dam was removed recently, and so now they were able to take this really historic canoe trip and kayak trip, and it was amazing to see. It was awesome. They took this historic journey, 310 miles, down to the Pacific Ocean, and it took them 30 days to do this journey. But it was so incredible to watch all of these youth from various tribes who used this waterway take this journey. It was just incredible for them to reclaim this waterway. And it's just so beautiful. And as we know, water matters, okay? Rivers matter, okay? And the water is our lifeblood. And so we need to be the stewards of it. So it was beautiful for them to be able to take this beautiful, beautiful trip and to reclaim this waterway that their ancestors once used. So that was just a few of the Indigenous news stories that brought me, a Black Indigenous woman, so much joy this summer. And I am just so proud of all Indigenous people who are reclaiming their land and the water, and they are taking the United States government to task, and they are doing what they need to do to sustain themselves and their people. Y'all are amazing, and every day that I see Indigenous people giving this government, giving this world their all, and telling them that this is our land, we are not going to take this anymore, this is our people, this is our community, and we are going to stand up for our community and the land and the water. It's just beautiful to watch every single time, and to see tribes righting wrongs that were made before maybe some of you were born. It's just beautiful to watch all of these things come together, and I am just so proud of all Indigenous people in this country, worldwide. Y'all are doing amazing things out here, and I support each and every single one of you in your healing journeys, in your land back journeys, in the way that you fight against these imperialistic governments. So shout out to all of you. I love you. Peace.